What's up, everybody? It's Uncle Dad here. Uncle Dad, the man. Hanging out with two other men, but we'll get to that in a second. Uncle Dad is always, I'm going to start referring to myself in the third person. Let's give it up for my hetero life mate, Mike, or you like to call him Just Mike. What's up, man?
You like to call me Just Mike. So to appease you, I call myself Just Mike.
Yeah, says the guy who interviewed last week and called himself Just Mike. Just saying.
I mean, I have to keep some continuity with the episodes, otherwise it's weird.
Mike, we have a very special guest. This is exciting. I think we've been trying to get this one on for a long time as well, and it's finally happening. I am over the moon because not only do I get to be surrounded by you, Mike the Stud, I have another stud with us. And let's be honest, when I get more studs here, I'm so excited. But Mike, can you tell us a little about our guest and maybe bring him in on the show?
Yes, besides the fact that you're very excited that you're surrounded by studs, this is exciting because this stud is a platinum recording engineer stud. Some of you might know this song, Gucci Gucci, Louis Louis, Fendi Fendi, Prada. I know what some of those words mean, not all of them. But he's also toured with a bunch of amazing musicians, Tech Nine, Insane Clown Posse, Twisted. He plays with Kung Fu, a Vampire, Lyrics Born, Rap is a Joke, and of course, Jazz Mafia. Not to forget, Burning Man would play with the only live band show on the Esplanade with the Cross. I'm going to keep going because I feel like I'm on a roll here. But he's also worked with, with Krayshawn, Mr. Fab, Shock G, Juice World, Clyde Carson, Rick Rocca, Hell Rel, Spice One, Mr. Blah himself, Akilate, Burner, thousands of others. I could go on, and we don't want to make a whole episode of me saying a bunch of names. Let's give it up for Mr. Action Paxton. Welcome to the show.
What's up, guys?
How was that? Doing? Did that intro work for you?
Yeah, it was pretty accurate. One correction, when it comes to Crossroads, we aren't the only live music on the playa. But for a good period of time, we were the only live music camp where there was a band that was built and brought to the playa strictly for that reason. So there's plenty of other live music out there, and bless those people because always more live music on the playa. But yeah, it was a special thing at Crossroads, and we did it for 11 years. Yeah, and I drummed in it. We did lighting for it. Everything was funded by a bunch of musicians that were trying to come together and bring something magical for the people of the playa. And we did, and we succeeded, and we every year got bigger and bigger, and it eventually got to a 30-foot stage with 3-story scaffolding and dancers and a 26-piece band, and we weren't shooting for the low stuff. We were going big, but yeah, as everything, it runs its course, and we took a year off this year at Burning Man, which was, I think, well needed. Anyway, we're talking about Burning Man. How the fuck?
That always
2 seconons into it.
Yeah.
Burning Man, Bruce Willis, always.
Yeah.
You know how that someone goes to Burning Man? They will talk to you about Burning Man.
Yep.
And here we are.
Yeah.
But
especially the first couple of years.
Yes.
Yeah, they're like, oh my God, it changed my life.
I mean, and yes, on the Esplanade, I went to the last few shows that you all had there the last couple of years, and you forget kind of that you're at Burning Man out there because, most of the stuff on the Esplanade, for those that don't know, is a lot of sound camps with DJs, and, they're playing a lot of some sort of electronic music, and you're at Crossroads and you feel like you're at a music venue, not at Burning Man. It was a very amazing experience to see. So I'm glad I got to catch you guys, and hopefully maybe I'll be back.
Who knows what the future holds? So
who knows?
That's what makes life exciting, man. So hey, you never know what's right around the corner.
I just had a quick question, Mike. When Mike was saying all these great names, I noticed a name was missing, and I want to make sure I'm not saying this wrong. But isn't there another artist named Cap that you worked with too?
Cap Callis?
No, Captain Asshole.
Oh, Captain. That Cap. Did my video just cut out? Just
your
curious.
Video just cut out. Yeah, it's a little fuzzy.
Yeah, that's no bueno.
That's no good at all, but that's okay. That makes the show real.
Okay, cool.
It's
well,
real.
It is real. Hey, and look at that. I'm back. Yeah, I have worked with the Captain Asshole before. I remember he was a fucking asshole. Yeah. No, he was a
Yeah.
pleasure to work with. We did a song. We sampled something.
Mike knows.
It wasn't like every rose has its thorn.
No, that's the next one that I'm going to bring to you.
Okay. Yeah, but
Well,
it
to
was
be
a good
fair,
song. It turned out well.
I don't think Captain Essel's actually released that song yet, so no one really knows that Pax has worked with Captain Essel, but we've leaked. You know, this is a exclusive.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I feel like I worked with Captain Asshole probably 4 or 5 years ago. So what's he doing?
Yeah. Well, it's those artists and musicians, man. It's hard to get them to finish a project.
It definitely is, man. I like part of what I do in the studio is like I finish people's stuff, but when it comes to me finishing my stuff, that's a whole other story. So
Yeah.
Oh, I understand the plight.
Yeah. Yeah, and so you run or you engineer record out of 2 studios, correct? Still, is that accurate?
Yep. I got one here in Oakland. It's called Nexus Audio. And then I have a spot that I manage called Mothership Studio. And that's like Bayview area. And then the one here in Oakland is kind of like Fruitvale area. And the grimy dubs.
Nice.
Yeah, not so nice. But it's getting it's getting better. It's getting better. So, but yeah, I am here at Nexus right now. And it's coming up October, it'll be 21 years that I've ran this business.
Wow.
Yeah, believe it or not, I started when I was 5 years old.
Wow.
Well, so you're only what, 26?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you look 21, so I mean, you're doing great.
I feel not 21, but like probably 29. So yeah, but I've been doing this a while, and I've seen the neighborhood ebb and flow, and it was recently coming off, I think, its lowest point, but I feel like it's on the up and up.
To learn more about Action Paxton, the man, I'm curious, like, when did you really kind of feel that focal point of your life? You're like, you know what? I need to go all in on this.
Like all in on music?
All in on music.
I mean, it's funny that you say that because that's the way, like, I've always said, like, I pushed my chips in a long time ago with music. There's no going back. And also something that I've said over the years is like the people that make it in music, the people that have a career in music are the people that keep going. So, I decided when I was about 15 years old that I wanted to be a recording engineer, that I wanted to be a world famous drummer, and that's what I set out to do. Well, I got the studio. It might not be world famous, but I definitely get to do what I love to do on a daily basis. And so, I mean, to me, that's success right there.
And I think sometimes that's all that really matters, right? Is feeling that personal success, right? That you love what you do. That's more valuable than money, right?
Definitely, man. I mean, the way that you spend your time, the things that you get to experience are, I mean, I can't take money to a grave. So yeah, but I can have fun on the way there.
Hell yeah, man. So I'm curious, since you've done so many great things, and so many questions kind of run through my head right now. But I know you have done stuff at the Gathering of the Juggalos, correct?
Yeah, whoop whoop, Juggalos.
So I've been having this lifelong dream to go to that, but I never can. And I know it's very close to Burning Man, and now I try to go to Burning Man now. And I'm just, what is that experience like? I know that, like, from your perspective, because you're an attendee, and then also you obviously perform too, but like, what is that like? And how do I get Mike to go with me there?
Okay, well, so first of all, why can't you go?
Because it's the timing usually is because it's usually right before Burning Man.
Okay,
and
yeah,
I can't take that much time off.
I feel like it was spread apart a decent amount this year. I mean, granted, it was probably 3 weeks or something, but so it is possible. Gathering of the Juggalos, I mean, how people say Burning Man, like there's no other thing like it in the world. Well, there's nothing like the Gathering of the Juggalos. You just have so many different types of people that are coming together, and like from an outsider perspective, a lot of people just see Juggalos as like one thing. There's like, oh, these are people with tattoos that, I don't know, are rowdy or gang members or whatnot. It's weird. If I just click my screen every once in a while, then it just refreshes the camera. So now I found the hack. When it comes, I love the Gathering. The first year I went, I was actually really taken back by it. I was just like, oh my God, what's going on? Like, who are all these people? I don't know what to do. I don't know how to. And then after experiencing it, and the first year I was there, I think it might have been the one that Tila Tequila was at when she got thrown, like hit in the face with a bottle, and people were throwing bags
Yeah,
of poop.
I heard about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was the first one that I was at, and so it was just a lot to take in. But then now going back, I think I performed every time. One time I was doing front of house for a group, but it just keeps getting better and better, and the community's super cool. And like, there's different facets, man. There's Juggalos from Utah that are doctors, and then there's Juggalos from New Hampshire that work in fisheries, and then there's like, it's like Burning Man, where it's a microcosm of all these people coming together that just accept each other for who they are, and like just the love there, and the community, and the just the desire there to be there for the music and experience it. Like, that's what the people are there for. They're not really like clout chasing and having their phones up all the time. They're in the moment, and they're experiencing it. And so I think the Gathering of the Juggalos is a very special place, and I think that whole community is rad, and it seems to be getting bigger. And I mean, this could be bad or good, but more accepted and actually becoming popular again. So I mean, who knows what the future of it all is. And then as far as getting Mike to come with you, I mean, I think Mike would fit in perfect out there, man.
I always think of Mike as a juggalo.
I mean, you have enough tattoos, and you're artistic. You do what you want, and you float around and experience life. So yeah, you might be a juggalo, man.
I'm down to check out a Juggalo gathering, and
I mean,
watch people,
Do a thing?
watch people eat shit off the ground and do all kinds of fun stuff. I heard about that.
I mean, they're not animals, man.
No. It's funny. I listen to Stern. He's had Insane Clown Posse on the show many times, and he loves to talk about the gathering. He sends his guys out there, and they have this bit where it's a guy eats actual shit off the ground, and it's fucking hilarious.
No. I mean, I've seen wild stuff that, I mean, I don't even know what rating you're putting this podcast on and how deep we can go, but yeah, some things you can never unsee.
Right.
So,
would you say? I don't know. Would you say it's kind of like not modern day because it still exists, but like a different generation of similar to like the Grateful Dead shows, and how that scene was back then?
I mean,
kind of the counterculture.
I wasn't really in that scene, so I can't do a direct comparison. Boom, camera should be back because I touched this. Maybe not.
You got to use AI.
Yep. Every time I disappear, you're just gonna have AI render a version of me.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I got distracted. What was the question?
Well, we were just talking about comparing, the Grateful Dead shows to that.
So I wasn't there in that scene, but there is a lot of crossover. And like you'll see people that are part of both scenes or part of the Grateful
Really?
Dead scene at Juggalos. Yeah, you see a bunch of the little bear tattoos on people. They're like, I mean, that doesn't make you a Grateful. Well, actually, I mean, if you're getting that bear on you, you probably really like the Grateful Dead. But it's
probably.
like you probably, or you really like Honey, one or the other. But and then like for Juggalos, a lot of Juggalos will get a Hatchet Man tattoo on it. So and for a while, and I think Juggalos are still technically a gang. I don't know if they're still on the terror watch list, but yeah, it was stupid back in like the late 90s or early 2000s. Juggalos got put on a FBI gang list, and so if you were like some dude that robbed a liquor store, or say you beat somebody up, but then you had a Juggalo tattoo, and then they're like, oh no, that's gang. Now you're getting like a double charge. So they were really screwing people over and targeting Juggalos. I'm sure that there's places where they still are targeting Juggalos, but I feel like for the most part, they've gotten a little bit better rap than what used to be put out there. And yeah, I mean, just because you like a certain type of music shouldn't make you a gang member.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's what the FBI and local authorities were doing to a lot of people. So that should stop.
Yeah, hopefully
that should stop.
Hopefully it doesn't start again. When you would go, when you were playing there, what was the band or who were you playing with when you were at the gathering?
So I linked up with this dude, Kung Fu Vampire, about 15, maybe coming up on 16 years ago. We've been touring together for a hot minute. And so I joined his group, and that's how I got introduced into all of this. Over the years, I've also toured with other groups that are within this genre of music. And then I eventually started doing front of house for Twisted, who's a really big Juggalo duo. That was a ton of fun, and yeah, so that's how I got involved. And with Kung Fu Vampire, we played the side, or not the side stage, but like the second stage, which, I mean, given this time slot, that one usually really goes off, man. So it's cool to have like under a tent with all the crazy lighting from front to back. But we have played the main stage a few times, and yeah, it's been there for all of it.
Main stage at the Gathering of the Juggalos. That must have been how much Fago did you get on you?
Not very much compared to, because when ICP is touring, they do a thing called Fago Armageddon at the end of their show, and so they're just like shooting off. I remember seeing a like a little printout of how many pallets of Fago got shipped that day. I think it was like 330 gallons, definitely not liters. No, it should have been. Yeah. So it was about 300 gallons of Fago, and they have these big tubs, and they have these clowns come out, and they're just throwing it all over the place. And I got to participate a few times in Fago Armageddons, and it's just like you're drenched head to toe. Thankfully, they used the Rock and Rye root beer, which doesn't have sugar in it, so it's not as sticky, because they thrash these venues, dude. There was 2 shows back when they did the Mighty Death Pop tour. Me and Kung Fu Vampire were on the road with them, and there was 2 cities, Oakland being one of them, and Seattle, where we had 2 shows in a row, 2 nights in a row. And the next day, walking in there after like the first show, I was just like, I had to have there was still Fago dripping on my drum set from the ceiling. And then like the entire show, I had to have like a towel right next to my bass drum pedal, because my foot would just start slipping and I couldn't play the bass drum. So I'd have to, like, in between songs, wipe it down so I could have some traction again. But yeah, dude, it was so. Yeah, I've been drenched head to toe. Like, have to take showers.
Mike, why don't we need to go to the Gathering of Juggalos so we can do this together, please? Because I would love to record all this. I think it would be amazing. Maybe one of us could eat something on the floor. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll floor for you to eat.
I mean, Mike eats expired food.
You could suck the fuego out of his towel. How about
Woo!
that?
Woo!
Yeah.
Talking dirty.
That's so funny.
Hey, how about a cleaner venue you've played at? What's a cleaner venue?
So about a month ago, I got to play the legendary Stern Grove with Lyrics Born, and we had a 8-piece band. I think it was super dope. Myself, Uriah Duffy on bass, Ben Masterka on guitar, Manny, can't remember his last name, but he's an amazing key player from the Bay Area. Kevin Wong, Marcus Steffens, Adam Thies, Joy, his wife, was doing background vocals, and we had Blue on trumpet. And when I got to Stern Grove, I was just blown away by the hospitality, the cleanliness,
Yes.
the professionalism, the speed that they were able to do all this stuff. And like, I got there within an hour, they had a full 8-piece band mic'd up, sound checking. The people that showed up to enjoy this day, there was like 10,000 people there. I'd never been to Stern Grove. I've never seen a show at Stern Grove, and I definitely had never played there. And just that moment when I went on the stage, I was just like, whoa, this is one of the specialist moments I've experienced as a musician. And it was really cool, like, being up there. And I knew how much I was going to enjoy this memory for the rest of my life. And I just remember while I was playing to just soak in every single little note, every single little scent, smell. That's 2 things. Scent and smell is the same thing. But the sights, I was making sure I smelled extra good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can remember it like it was yesterday. And it was just I was really glad that I got to take the time on stage, and I was prepared enough to be able to be in the moment while I was performing and soak all that stuff in, because it's really special.
Yeah, and for those who don't know what Stone Grove is, just so we can explain to the audience, because we have listeners all everywhere, Stone Grove is a legendary venue in San Francisco, California, but they do a festival that's basically musicians of all types. I think it's every Sunday, correct? For like August to September, right?
That sounds about right. I don't know about the days, but yeah, and then they'll get big headlining artists. They had Diana Ross this year. I was trying to get tickets to that, but they also had Damian Marley, and then the show that we were on, it was the Pointer Sisters. So got to get up there and check them do their thing. There's only one surviving member of the original Pointer Sisters, but the other two women in the group, I think, is niece and the great niece or something like that, or a cousin and a niece. So it's still in the family. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, out there crushing it. And I think she was like 71 or 72, just doing all her dance moves. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, especially.
Yeah, Ruth Pointer. Yeah, she was the original. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just say, like, you being from the Bay to play at that venue, it takes an extra second to like really soak in what you're doing and where you're doing it, because in those moments it goes by in such a blur, and you're like kind of black out almost. So it's good that you take the time to soak it in. You also got to play at Jazz Fest, right?
Yeah, that was another thing I got to soak in, man. Speaking of soaking in, it took me a long time in my process of playing music to like be extra mindful of that, because like what we're doing is special, and like all those moments on stage, just you'll never get back. And that's what you're always working for as a musician, like to just bring the best show you can. And if you can just really like hold on to those moments, it's cool. At Jazz Fest, like that, I attended the year before, and that year I was just like, I'm gonna do this next year. I don't care how, I don't care who with, but I'm gonna do it. And then I got to do it with Lyrics Born and my best friends, Uriah and Ben, and we had 3 shows while we were out there. We played the Joy Theater with, oh man, you know this group, Mike. Why am I spacing right now? Eric Krasno, Soul Live, and you know Soul Live, right?
Of course I know Soul Live.
Okay, maybe you don't. Yeah. Wait, am I tripping? I don't know. We also got to play at Tipitina's with Galactic.
Nice.
Yeah. It's got to meet Stanton Moore. He's such a badass drummer, dude. I mean, how can you not like that guy? He's just like got his own style, own groove, solid player. And then we also did one other show at the Blue Nile. We had our own headlining show downstairs at the Blue Nile. So yeah, like all of those things were just incredible life experiences, and grateful I got to do it. And I really hope to go back and do Jazz Fest again, because like that whole culture down there, like, I always used to wonder, like, why is Mike so stoked off making these like dishes with babies in them, and didn't quite understand the culture, but not that that's all of Louisiana culture, but it like just getting to walk around down there, taste the food, be in that like just sticky environment. Like, I love it, man. And it's like just bustling city with tons of musicians. Things are always happening. So yeah, I could see why you dig it, and I want to keep going back. There's no place like NOLA.
There's no place like that. No.
It's and you play, and it's probably the way why I am the way that I am. But and those are two of like the most key venues I would say to play at if you were doing what you did. So
yeah,
a good time.
Like, oh yeah, I just played Tipitina's and Blue Nile, bro.
Casual name drop.
Yeah, but it is super cool, because Galactic bought Tipitina's. It was for sale. I think there was something in limbo, and the band came through, just bought it, and so it's a venue owned by a band, and then everyone in the staff really cares about what's going on. It was cool to see all of them like right before the doors opened for the show. The entire team, it was 20, 25 of them, and they all got together and they all had their little pep talk, and they all rallied and just made the night flow seamlessly. So as far as like a venue goes, and how a venue's run, and just like the whole morale, Tipitina's, man, I don't think you can beat it.
I love that. Like, kind of going back a little bit, how did you get connected with Lyrics Born?
So my bestie Uriah Duffy, he's a bass player, and we've been friends for I don't know, 13, 14 years now. and we did the whole Burning Man thing together. So just over the years, it evolved. I've always, I grew up listening to lyrics for him. Or not necessarily grew up, but like in my college days, I was definitely jocking that style. I was listening to a lot of Atmosphere, Aesop Rock, yeah, like kind of like the backpack rap stuff, Bay Area hip hop. And one day, they needed a drummer just for a rehearsal, and so I went to that rehearsal and I drummed and filled in. And then like a couple years later, it was like, hey, you want to do a short run? And then I went and did that, and then it's like, hey, we got more and more tours, and I've just slowly become more and more ingrained in the Lyrics Born camp. But it was mainly Uriah just pushing to get me a shot to drum. But there have been other drummers over the years that play with Lyrics Born and still do from time to time. I feel like I get a call pretty often, but if I'm not available, like Darian Gray is an amazing drummer, a good friend of mine, one of my first friends in the local music scene that I still stay in touch with. Dane the drummer's played for him. Who else, man? There's some Max McVitie. He's down in LA now. But yeah, he's had quite a few drummers. And so us being drummers, we're usually in multiple bands. So it helps an artist to have a couple of us in the stable too. So yeah, we can fill in. And so like if I go on tour with Kung Fu Vampire, then got to figure out someone who's going to do the LB gig. And then, well, Kung Fu doesn't really tour without me. He just goes and does the show alone. So he's loyal to me. I'm his one and only.
I was just gonna say you're a sweet baby.
Yeah.
Mike, go ahead.
Yeah. So talk about Kung Fu Vampire. You and him. Like, how's that combo of a relationship go there? Like, what's the story there?
Okay, well, quick breakdown. When I started with him, it was a bigger band. And actually, when he started Kung Fu Vampire, it was about a 12, 13-piece band. Violin, cello, horns, bass, guitar, keys, background singers, opera singers. And then like it slowly funneled down to me and him. So that might come across as not, maybe you're feeling like it wouldn't be as exciting, but we've just really gotten good at performing together. Me co-producing and producing a lot of this music too, it enables me to like have all the stems and be able to really create the backing tracks that we need to make sure that like the show sounds and looks dope. I also do all the lighting programming too. So just over the years, I've really ingrained myself in the whole Kung Fu Vampire world. I don't know if I've ever, I mean, we've been hanging out for about 15 years, and I can't think of even one time where like we were a band bickering and shitting on each other. Like like everything stayed positive over all these years, and through stressful situations. Yeah, I mean, tons of cars breaking down, or shows being rescheduled, or promoters not paying, or like all these things, and like we just work really well together. Actually, right after we get off this, we're rehearsing for a show that we got coming up this weekend. But yeah,
we'll about.
we can talk about that. But I mean, that's how I got involved with him. When I first met him, I was in another band. I was playing with these guys, Rap as a Joke, and I was trying to book shows for that group. And I went down to Avalon Nightclub in San Jose. I don't think it's there anymore, but
I forgot about.
He was booking shows there too. And so I met him and I got his phone number down, and a couple months later he hit me up. I was recommended by a mutual friend that's a drummer, and he needed a drummer for the tour. He called me and I'm like, hey, what's up, Kung Fu? He was surprised that I had his number and didn't know that we'd met already. So we arranged like an audition and went down, and like I don't even think I was home before he called me back and said, yeah, if you want to join the band, it's all good. We can do this tour. And I think I was 25 at the time, and just like, yes, finally getting to go on tour, man. This has been my dream. I think I've been drumming about a little over a decade at that point. And yeah, man, he was the first one that brought me out on the road. And we've done, I don't even know how many shows, dude. Definitely over 1,000 shows at this point that me and him played together. Yeah, across the nation, across Canada. We toured Canada back and forth 3 tours in Canada, back and forth across Canada. Technically 6 legs. We've done, I'd say, like 18 tours, dude. Some years we were playing anywhere between like 80 and 120 shows a year. And we're definitely not doing that many now because, we just all got a lot going on, and quality is better than quantity at this point. Yeah.
So I live in San Jose, and so I'm here a lot. And I actually see a kung fu quite often at the bar I go to. There's a bar I go to called Trials. And I see him there. I've never approached him, but I've always see him there all the time. And they have like a whole wall dedicated to him and stuff.
They have a whole wall dedicated to him?
Let me rephrase that. Not a wall, but a little baby section of the wall.
Wow.
They have a whole section of a wall.
You said it's called Trials? Okay, nice. I'm gonna have to bring that up to him when I see him a little bit later today.
Yeah, because the bar is amazing. He knows everybody there. They all know him. Visa knows him. They all know him there.
Yeah.
But again, I've never approached him there or anything. And I've always wanted to.
Now you have an in, so you just be like, "Hey, man, I was talking about you today," and be like, "Oh, really?"
Right. He's like, "What?" I mean, he seems like a very positive guy.
Super positive guy. Aside from sinking everything into the creative endeavor of Kung Fu Vampire, he's a great human, and he's he's a stellar dad, in my opinion. He has a really talented daughter that, like, he makes sure that she's getting to do all the things that, like, she really enjoys. She's actually a great singer and actress, so she's been doing a lot of plays. Yeah, just the support that he gives to his daughter is awesome. But yeah, like he's very creative, and it's just all about Kung Fu Vampire. I don't think he does anything else besides that and drink coffee and work out. So yeah, he's a positive guy.
Oh, he looks great because I know back in the day he was he got in really good shape, right? Like he's like in super good shape now, right?
Dude, he was like a world champion, or not. I don't know if he was like a national champion in gymnastics.
Whoa.
Yeah, he did like the rings. He did a lot. Yeah. So he had like this crazy upper body, and like he can still do like wild handstands. We'll be hanging out if there was 2 bars next to us. He's like one of those guys that pop up in a handstand. So yeah, like he's definitely about his fitness.
Man, Mike, you got to start doing handstands.
Yeah, I know.
I think it's too late for me to start doing anything like that. No,
it's never too late,
equilibrium.
Mike.
Hey, I'm sure his upper body is really great, but you mentioned someone, another group that I think is a fun thing to mention here is when you and I were working, we were in the studio together. I don't think we knew each other that well yet, and I saw a sticker on one of your, cases or something that your equipment goes in, and it was the Rap as a Joke, and I said, hey. I remember one time I was at Burning Man, and those guys were playing on stage at Center Camp, and I was up there doing live art, and there was me and like 3 other artists, and we were all doing art of the different people in the band. And you were like, "Oh," and I was like, "I think this was like 9," and you pulled up the video on your phone, and it was you on stage with me before we even really knew who we were. Obviously, we didn't really meet each other till years later, but we were on stage at the same time. You were playing drums, and I was painting one of the guys in the band, and that was a really exciting moment.
Like, come to think of it, like that performance right there was the nexus of a lot of events that transpired later on in life. Like, that was the night that I ran into Uriah too, and we became friends. So you were on stage, I'm performing at Burning Man, I meet Uriah, which introduces me into Lyrics Born, and like Rap as a Joke, I was playing with them, and I met Kung Fu through that, and it's just a weird chain of events how everything just all happens, man. So yeah, you were on stage, and I still have that painting. I don't think you were painting me. I think you were painting Jala.
Yes,
the guy with the dreads.
And the key.
Yeah.
Keys, yeah, right.
R.I.P. Jala Keys, but yeah. That was Rap as a Joke, and I think that was my first year at Burning Man, and we were all dressed up in like military fatigues because we thought that would be like my only impression of Burning Man was like, oh man, it's like the Dr. Dre video, man. We'll let me walk up everybody, and so I'm going out there. We straight up look like cops, and no wonder no one wanted to fuck with us, dude. And here we are, just like rapping on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. There was a learning curve at Burning Man. It took me 2 years, and I was like, "Oh, I finally get it. Maybe I shouldn't look like a narc."
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I looked like an asshole because I had a shirt on that said Captain Asshole. So yeah, but you know, that's just the magic of the playa, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey,
Man.
right on, fun story.
Wait. Let me hold on 1 second.
And you know, like he keeps bringing up Uriah, and Uriah is also one of these guys that I feel like we got to get on the show because he's played in a ton of bands and has a ton of great stories. So
Hey, just so
we'll have to
people
work
know
on
that
that.
this is a true story.
Oh yeah, that's
What?
Alex Chewed, a
Yeah.
homie. That yeah, it was. And you know, the other guy that was doing art with us on stage was Emonic.
Was it?
Yeah,
What?
yeah. So it was my first Burning Man, Paxton's first Burning Man, Emonic and Alex Chew's first Burning Man. 2009 was a big year for firsts out
Yeah.
there.
It says Alex
Wow.
Chew right there.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
fun.
I am shooketh right now.
Yes, as
Shooketh.
you should be. You shooketh.
Wait, what does that feel like to be shooketh?
You know, it's I feel tremors down to my body, man. I'm just like,
Whoa.
whoa, I'm shooketh. It's a living history right here. That's what. But I just want to say this. This is what I love about hanging out with Mike is that there's always living history. Mike is living history. Right? He's been around.
He is living
Yeah,
history. Yeah.
I'm living history. Thank you.
Yeah. It sounds like you're a mummy or something.
Yeah, not quite sure how I'm supposed to take that, but I
Yeah.
think his intention's good, and you know,
You're just a
Possible.
fine specimen of a human.
hopefully I won't be history soon. So at least I'm still living history.
You gotta watch that cholesterol.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
How's your cholesterol?
I have to actually go in and get tests in the morning, so I don't know
Okay.
how my cholesterol is yet. But as soon as I find out, you will be the first to know.
Please, yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's a little high.
High.
Yeah. How's your cholesterol, Uncle Dad?
He's an uncle and a dad, so it's twice as bad.
So that's going to be our new slogan now. Uncle Dad twice. So as we get to the end here, I just want to quickly touch one last story before we go into your big show this weekend. Well, Mike mentioned this earlier in the show that you are a platinum artist, correct?
I am not a platinum artist. I am a platinum recording engineer.
Okay.
And just how the artist wouldn't be able to do it without the engineer wouldn't be able to do it without the artist. Yes, I engineered Krayshawn's Gucci Gucci. I recorded it. I was there for the whole process and woke up 3 days later after thinking it was going to be the biggest joke in town. To waking up and hearing that it was going viral before going viral was going viral.
Yeah.
So
100%.
yeah, and I was just like, what is this? Isn't real. And
Well,
it went gold really quick. Sorry, what'd you say?
What was that experience like when you had her in the studio and everything? Like, did you just like, hey, was it a client or like, how did that go?
I mean, yeah, it started as a client. I met her through this dude, Stretch, who's a manager, mover, shaker. I don't even know what. He just links artists with labels, and so he brought her in. We were working a lot together, and like back in that whole area with Krayshawn, V Nasty, Lil Debbie, I did a decent amount of stuff. I mean, V Nasty will still call me from time to time, just like, yo, what up, Chris? Let me get in the studio. So, yeah, I mean, they were clients, but I mean, we got to work quite a bit together. I mean, like I've had other people where, like Juice WRLD, I only worked with them one time, and so like, yeah, it's just a client coming in. But yeah, that whole process and the creative process of Gucci Gucci, I got to be there a part of, and it finally went platinum. And there's a couple other songs too that I think have gone platinum. That I'm as soon as I can save some more money, because every time you want to buy a platinum plaque, it costs $600. So
those aren't free? Those aren't given to you?
No, those are not free. I mean, maybe if you're like Shabuzi and I think he just went 10 times platinum. So somebody probably bought it for him, but or the people that make the plaque probably just like, you know what, Shabuzi went 10 times platinum. Let's make him a plaque so we can get some publicity out of it. But yeah,
I never knew that. I always thought that was something that was given to the artist.
No, yeah, I wish, but like,
yeah.
I mean, if a song that I'm a part of goes platinum, I definitely want that record sitting on my wall. I mean, it's a nice little reminder, like, oh yeah, that was cool. What's the next best thing that you're gonna make? So,
Yeah.
what's the next better thing that you're gonna make? So, keep
Wow.
going. Yeah.
So I'm actually going to Portola this weekend, and so
She's performing, right?
I'm very much looking forward to singing that song live. And I was thinking about you the entire time.
Yeah, just Gucci, Louis, Fendi, Prada. Yeah.
Who is
What?
that?
Huh?
And so, where does this plaque state? Is it you have it in the studio there? Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the studio. It's on the wall over there.
Well, we'll have to take a look when I hit you up and go, "Hey, Chris, let me come in the studio and drop a track."
That sounds like we're gonna be doing that pretty soon.
Yeah. Hold on, let's see. Yeah.
Little tease right there.
Yeah. With the
Mike
what was it? Every rose has its thorn sample.
Yeah.
That's funny. I'm so thrown off for now. So, Pax, you have a pretty big show happening here in my lovely town of San Jose. The quote-unquote legendary Music in the Park event series, which is a summer series here in San Jose where basically Cedar Chavez Park becomes a mini concert venue and some amazing artists roll up, and you, Kung Fu Vampire, will be there along with, I think, La Russell, Souls of Mischief, and am I forgetting somebody else? I think I am, right?
Ruby Ibarra. I might be saying that her.
Ruby Ibarra.
Ibarra. I haven't learned how to say it.
You gotta roll them R's, baby.
Ibarra. Well, she's Filipino. I mean, I guess Filipinos kind of roll their arms.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Cristobal.
That's pretty good.
I had a 5th grade teacher, and she'd be like, Christopher, sis Mario. Ay nako, Christopher.
I've been Filipino for 10 years, so I hear you.
You studied Filipino for 10 years?
I dated a Filipino.
Well, you studied Filipinos. I studied Filipinos for 10 years.
I think that's what he just said.
Yeah, I mean, I went to James Logan, so we had a lot of Filipinas at my high school. I'm actually going to the Philippines for the first time next year. I'm really excited about that.
Whoa, that's gonna be a good time.
Go do some scuba diving and some hanging.
But yes,
is that a tour or is that just you going to go?
That's a pleasure thing. So.
Oh man,
pleasure.
Look at you.
Yeah,
Look at you.
And me and my lady are gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna go explore the Philippines, and we're gonna then go Philippines. Yes. And then hit up Vietnam because that's one of my favorite places in the world, or probably my favorite place in the world. But back to the show. Hey, we have a show this Sunday, and because of the lineup, we have La Russell, we have Souls of Mischief, and Ruby Ibarra. Kung Fu Vampire is going on first. We are going on at 5:00, so make sure you get there if you want to check us out when the doors open. I know that it's the 49ers opening day. I know that people have, it's a Sunday. You should be able to get there. But yeah, just to let you know, if you don't get there early enough, you're not going to see us. I really hope that you come out and check out the show. I'm going to definitely be sticking around for all the other artists too, because it's super cool. I've actually never seen La Russell live. I've worked with some of the guys from Souls over the years too, in Hyro, but I haven't ran into those cats in a minute, so it'll be good to catch up, and looking forward to see what Ruby has going on as well.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
She has a badass drummer. I was just checking her out, and Kung Fu hit up her drummer like, hey, you want to use our backline on our kit, make it easy? And she's like, yeah, so hit me up. I think her name's Nina or something. But, yeah.
Making connections there.
Yeah, and that's, just to clarify for everyone, that's the Sunday, September 1st. This coming, right?
Yes,
right?
It is Sunday, September 21st. I know La Russell will be on at like 9:00, and we're on at 5:00. So that's I wish they put the vampires on when it was nighttime, but they got a lot going on. There's another stage too, and there's some local artists that are going to be performing there. I feel bad, but I can't remember exactly who. But there's a lot going on. So get there early and enjoy the day with us in Cesar Chavez Park in San Jose.
Yeah, please. And you can get tickets right now at Music in the Park San Jose, and I believe the website is mitpsj.com. Please support that. Mike, I always like to support San Jose as much as we can because I live here, and done a lot of good things for me, in my past 8 years of being here. Music in the park is so much fun. It's great. There's local vendors too, local food vendors too. There's a lot of great things you can hang out at. And of course, Kung Fu Vampire is a local act.
Kung Fu Panda.
What did I do?
You said Kung Fu Panda. Dude,
I did say Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda has indoctrinated the entire Western world. And so anytime I tell anyone that the band's called Kung Fu Vampire, usually subconsciously they're thinking Kung Fu Panda. And it eventually slips out one way or another. But you'll get it right sooner or later.
Yes,
this time.
Yeah. Well, it always slips out at some point, doesn't it?
Yeah. The truth comes out. You are really a panda. Actually, Kung Fu looks more like a labradoodle right now than a panda, though, with his hair.
A little bit, with his hair. Yeah.
All the more reason to go check out the show.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And when you're done with that show, go check out his favorite watering hole, hopefully, and my favorite watering hole, Trials on South First Street.
Sick. Okay. I'm going to have to do that.
Yeah. After party. Sounds like that's where it's going to be.
Okay.
Yes, I think so.
Maybe. Or maybe. Who knows?
Well,
Mike, as we wrap up here, do you have any last words?
I do, and we'll try to let's just laser these out as fast as you can, because I'm sure you have them tattooed on your inside thigh or something. Paxton, the drummer, what are your top 3 drummers of all time?
I mean, when people say this, they aren't going to know who these drummers are, but Virgil Donati, Steve Gadd, and Dave Garibaldi.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Dave Garibaldi.
He knows one.
Yeah, Tower of Power.
Yeah, that one's I know that one, but not very well, but I know that one. Yeah. Wow.
Virgil Donati is an Australian that's just a monster that pioneered a lot of the polyrhythm stuff. That he's just metal and jazz fused, and a lot of drummers. There's this other cat that he has these shirts that say rum and ass, and it says drum and bass, but the D and the B are crossed out. And that guy is a monster. I can't remember his name though. It's a long name. He's an Instagram drummer. He won best Instagram drummer of the year. That's actually an award, I think. Someone gave somebody. So yeah, that's my answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Their case closed.
Case closed. Pax, where can our audience learn more about you and connect with you and see your shows, all that good stuff?
I have many ways to get a hold of me. If you want to do studio stuff, the best thing to do is check out Nexus Audio online. So it's nexusaudiostudio.com. If you're in San Francisco, you want to check out that spot. It's called mothershipstudiosf.com. My personal music, actionpaxton.com. I mean, I am on social media stuff, but I'm slowly trying to figure out how to get away from that and just have more personal connections, man, because it just drives me nuts having to deal with it all the time. I do have a project that I'm slightly affiliated with. It's called Dr. Caddy Wampus. You should check that out if you like bass music or drum and bass. And that's Dr. Caddy Wampus, KATTYWOMPUS. Yeah, I can spell today. And then obviously lyricsborn.com, kungfuvampire.com. Yeah, man, that's the majority of the things that are happening in my life in all those places.
I love that. You're such a busy man, and being busy is a great thing, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, you gotta do all types of different things to survive as a musician in today's.
Yeah. As long as you're busy doing things that you love, and sounds like you love music, and you pour your heart into it, and help people, and you really have a passion, and it shows. So thanks for being you.
Hey, right
spreading
on,
that out. Yeah.
Beautiful, Mike.
Yeah, Mike, it means a lot coming from you.
Hey, come on. Yeah. Hey,
baby.
A lot of different cultures in this episode here. We talked upon here.
We sure did.
I know.
All right, everybody, please go check that out. Remember, this episode will come out right before the Music in the Park in San Jose. So please go support local musicians, local food, local vendors here in the 408. We don't get enough love out there. So please, musicintheparksanjose.com. And good luck to you, Paxton. See you soon, hopefully.
Right on.
And
yeah, you're coming to the show on Saturday or Sunday? Sorry.
As soon as Portola ends, I'll be right over there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're not going to see us perform.
I'm probably going to miss you.
It's okay.
Yeah.
We'll figure. I mean, we only play in San Jose like once a year, so you can
Yeah.
you can just wait till the next one. It's soon.
Yeah.
So
Just go to Portola. I mean, what are you talking about?
I'm gonna go to Portola with you. Let's go watch Krayshawn.
Dude, please. That'll be so fierce. Let me tell you.
Is Portola on Sunday or Saturday or both?
It's Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, about to see Christina Aguilera. Let's go.
Ooh,
You know,
she's a genie in the bottle.
I mean, that's one of the great things about the Bay Area is there's never a shortage of things to do. So, you can be on a podcast promoting a show that you won't even be at because you're going to be at another show.
And on that note,
Captain Essel says peace.
we're not uncles, we're not dads. We're just someone you can talk to, and we'll see you all next week. Thank you, guys.
Right on.